Hi there, I'm Jennifer Angel, intuitive consultant and professional astrologer. All right, so this is my weekly report, and it's a report that's up on my website at jenniferangel.com under the horoscope pages. So you can go in there and have a look at it. I always have 2 weeks in there, like this week and next week, okay? All right, so the week commences with two what's called planetary trine aspects. So these are softer planetary interactions, and they do pave the way for, just to walk like the path of least resistance. Okay, so we love that. So it's a little bit sort of easier, but it's still up to you to recognize the opportunities that come from this. Now, I'm going to go through and let you know the signs and the planets, and we've got two trines. So it's a great week to start off. It's going to really open the energy up. And the first one is between the sun, our most powerful source, and planet Mars. And it's in air sign. So I love Mars. It's like that, action planet. It really helps us to get things together because number one, of course, everything starts from thought and visualization, and then your emotions sort of intensifies it. But if you don't do anything about it, well, guess what? That's it, just stays as a thought, doesn't really go much further than that. So Mars is that planet that just like, let's get going, let's put it into action. So it's great. Now the sun is in the very creative and very social sign of Aquarius, and of course it's Aquarius birthday time. So happy birthday, Aquarius! And and the Mars is in the creative sign of Gemini. So both air signs, both of these signs really have a love of knowledge. So they have like a common element going on between them, and often they're attracted to each other. I mean, they make good sort of bedmates, let's say. They make great relationships together. So they have like similar things. They have a love of knowledge, a love of education and learning. They're both very creative. They're thinking signs. I love to chat, especially Gemini, and talk. They talk things through, okay? Like they like to chat about their insights, their observations, like brainstorm things, like what if. And so, if you can sort of just sit there when a Gemini and Aquarius are sort of together doing this little dance of knowledge, then wow, you're in a good place to pick up a lot of information. But it's not just for these signs, okay? Because when the sun and Mars interact, then that energy that comes from both of them interacting can just lead you to also think things through. And then Mars, as I said, helps you like put it into action. So, that's the beauty about Mars. I mean, yeah, I know it's known as the war planet, but hey, if you've been watching me for a while, you always know I like to take the high ride and the higher vibrational energy and let you know how you can work around it so you can get the best out of all the energy, not just the great energy, okay? So this is all like pretty sort of fabulous to start the week off. And as both of these signs also are very social, like to get out and about and socialize, then that energetic vibration also supports you and all of us just for meeting people, and people that can play a significant role in our lives, and bring opportunities either on an intellectual level or ideas or concepts that can just sort of put you in the right place at the right time. Sometimes, I mean, I've learned through life that sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you push. Actually, sometimes the harder you push, the more that you can block things. So you want to just sort of, the universe has a timing all of its own, and sometimes when you just like let go, like that's when things come in. I mean, I'm a Capricorn, and earth signs, and particularly Capricorns, we tend to sort of get very definite about what we want, and we like, it's got to be that or nothing. And so then we get it in this little box and we block everything else from you know, coming in. All the earth signs are pretty well, you know, like that. And so it's good just to, yeah, just to let go a bit. Now, the second trine is between communication planet Mercury and Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of like sudden and unexpected events. And with Mercury sitting in the business sign of Capricorn, it's out of retrograde now. Hooray, we love that. And Uranus in a fellow earth sign, because the trines are always in the same element, okay? So that's something to remember. So Uranus in Taurus and Mercury in Capricorn, nice trine in same elements. There's a lot of organization going on as well as energy just to support getting things done, sorting things out. And once you do that, then you can make plans. It's pretty hard to make the plans without doing that work first, because what are you going to plan, you know? And, you know, so this helps us set the scene for something quite amazing to take place. And it also has the promise of lasting the distance of time too. So that's the Capricorn sort of energy, and Taurus as well. You know, the earth signs like to sort of lock things down. They don't like to do something and not be there like next week, because, you know, when you put a lot of time and energy in there, then you want to make sure that it's something that's going to be around for a while. All right, so later in the week and over the weekend, there's a challenging aspect between the Sun and Uranus. So when I say challenging, it's a square, okay? So we're going to have a look at, you know, how we can make this work. So, you know, this is also going to give us time to get things organized as well. So love doing that. I am a bit of an organizational, you know, nut. So you know, it suits me. I like it. So the Uranus energy likes to move quickly. And at the same time, there's also a challenge between love goddess Venus and the passion sign Mars. So all of this, Uranus and Mars particularly, can be a little bit impulsive, come out of the blue. You can be like literally blindsided. So, and you know, it's like when that happens, it's like, oh, now what do I do? All my plans are messed up, you know. But you know, it can traditionally be challenging energy with these squares, but in this case, I like it in this case, because it's not too bad to just take the hand, you know, to have the handbrake on for a little bit, because that sort of cuts down the incidence of being impulsive. And because sometimes when we just like, you know, sometimes we can be impulsive because it's an intuitive thought. Yes, this feels right. Other times it's just impulsive because we haven't really thought it through. So what this square does is it helps us to think it through. So we can take a step back, put the handbrake on a little bit, and just review, you know, where do I go from here? What's next? What's going to be good? What's the best, you know, what's the best move, the best step for me? All right. And then over the weekend, all this energy is going to coincide with the full moon. Okay, so this is a full moon in the bigger than life sign Leo. Okay, which means the moon is actually in Leo, and then opposite, because the full moon is always opposite. It's like the axis. So opposite the sun is in Aquarius. So this full moon just gives us insight on what doors we need to close. Okay, so perhaps there's people, things, situations, and doors that, you know, you just need to close and lock it and throw away the key. It's like outlived their usefulness there, or the usefulness in your life. And what happens then is it creates a void, okay? And when it creates a void, the universe doesn't ever allow a void. So then something else comes in, and then you can choose, be a little sort of picky, you know, don't like just accept anything that comes your way, because it's depending on your vibrational energy of what you're going to attract. Okay, and I cover that in my coaching courses. So you know, if you've ever thought about coaching, then you just I'll put it down below, book a complimentary consultation with me, and we can talk about whether coaching is going to be good for you or not. Okay. So we've got new exciting opportunities and new exciting doors open. It's up to you then to decide whether you want to walk through that door and walk down that path. Okay. But when it's about relationships, it's a chance to really evaluate your partnerships, especially your intimate relationships with the energy of Venus and Mars, because Venus being romantic, Mars being the passionate energy. I mean, and also as Venus is in Pisces, the energy of Venus in Pisces really encourages you to get in touch with your inner wisdom. Like, what is it? What are your dreams, hopes, and wishes? Do you have the relationship of the love of your life? I mean, are you making too many compromises? Are you settling? Okay. And so you want to sort of, if things aren't right, I mean, I believe that you do need to do some relationship maintenance. As an earth sign, I'm never one to just walk out the door at the first view of something not going right, but sometimes it's just not right. Okay. And this is where the Venus in Pisces just helps you get in touch with that inner wisdom and your heart sense and your soul longing. And Mars being in Gemini, that helps you verbalize it, because the Gemini loves to chat, loves to talk, and Mars sort of is the it's the trigger to say what's on your mind. And in this case, Mars in Gemini is on the mind, and the Venus in Pisces is what's in your heart. So I love this, even though, as I said, a square is traditionally a challenging aspect, but you know what? Sometimes we need that, because we need to stop. We need to sort of get what's happening. And if everything is hunky-dory or rosy all the time, then we don't make any changes. We don't grow. We don't, evolve as people. And a lot of my work is about, showing you how to be you. And this is one of the things I absolutely love about astrology. Be you, be the authentic you, no apologies, and stop trying to twist yourself into a pretzel, trying to be what everyone else wants you to be. Just be you and love it. Okay. All right. So, and of course, on the horoscope page, you have the brief overview at the content horoscope that's in Star Magazine. So it's also on my site as well. So, all right. Love, luck, and vision to you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please share, and look forward to seeing you again real soon. Bye for now.